It's not uncommon to experience moments of anger or frustration. Many people go through it, including you, the one asking the question. When faced with ordinary situations, anger usually arises in response to people or challenging circumstances. Since most situations involve people, it's important to cultivate presence in your life. This means inviting awareness and attentiveness into your daily experiences. Practice being present when you're out in nature by simply observing without labeling or judging. As you cultivate presence, it will become more pronounced and emanate through you. Growing presence doesn't guarantee that you'll immediately overcome anger when it arises. Sometimes anger can come up so quickly that you can't catch it in the moment. However, as your presence expands, you'll start to notice shorter intervals between the anger episodes. Eventually, you might realize just seconds after it has happened. In the past, you may have taken several minutes or even hours to recognize your anger and its connection to your pain body, the accumulation of past emotional pain. The pain body often manifests as anger, becoming a part of your ego when not recognized. Once you identify the pain body as separate from your true self, it loses its grip on your consciousness. The pain body is an energy field within you that continues to operate, but it is no longer your ego. The ego can only function when you're unconscious of its influence. So, when you become aware of your ego, it's no longer the same. It becomes a behavioral or emotional pattern operating within you, while you are the space of consciousness around it. You are present, knowing that the pattern exists, but you are not identified with it. With the growth of presence, there comes a point where you immediately realize, just after an anger episode, that it has happened again. Even if you can't stop it in that moment, the awareness is there. This awareness might happen repeatedly until you find yourself aware right as the anger pattern starts to emerge. You have a choice at this stage. Do you choose to engage with the situation through your pain body? Is that the best way to handle it? You may not consciously ask yourself these questions, but they are implied within your heightened awareness. In this state, you are no longer at the mercy of old conditioned patterns, and they begin to dissipate. I predict that as your presence grows, you will experience its influence at earlier stages, even before the anger fully arises. Eventually, you may reach a point where presence is strong enough to give you a choice in how you respond. However, it is essential to invite presence into your life not only during challenging situations but also in ordinary and supportive circumstances. Don't rely solely on challenging situations for growth. Cultivate presence in moments where it's easy, such as being in nature, observing the sky, or looking at a flower. When you observe a flower, for example, give it your complete attention. Look beyond the visual perception and sense the essence of the flower, which is sacred and invisible to the eye. Drop the screen of conceptualization and appreciate the flower without labeling or naming it. Through this focused attention, you can sense the essence of the flower within yourself. You start to realize that the essence of the flower and the essence of yourself are interconnected and one. This recognition of oneness is what love essentially is, recognizing yourself in the other, whether it's a human being or nature. Nature can teach you stillness, and it desires your recognition. By becoming conscious of nature, you enable nature to become conscious of itself. It's an incredible process where humans play an essential role in the evolving consciousness of the universe on this planet. So, by being attentive in nature and honoring its presence, you can deepen your connection with it. Avoid seeing nature through the screen of knowledge and concepts. When necessary, you can share information about nature with others, but always bring them back to the actual experience and prevent them from mistaking the name for the essence. In summary, generating presence is crucial, both in everyday life and in connection with nature. By cultivating presence, you can be more aware of your pain body and catch anger as it arises. Practice being present in ordinary situations and let nature teach you stillness and deeper connection. Through focused attention and dropping conceptualization, you can sense the sacred essence within yourself and recognize it in nature. As presence grows, you gain more choice in responding to situations and old patterns begin to fade. Remember, presence is not limited to challenging moments alone but should be invited into all aspects of your life.